4,500 years ago, before Rome, before Athens, before democracy or empires as we know them, a single man stood at the center of the world, and he was believed to be a god. Along the banks of the Nile River, stone by stone, an ancient civilization reached for eternity. They did not build merely for life on Earth. They built for the afterlife, for the cosmos, and for immortality itself. This was the age of the pharaohs. This was the age of pyramids. This was Egypt's old kingdom. If you've ever wondered how ancient people moved stones heavier than tanks, why kings claimed divine power, or how the pyramids became the most enduring monuments in human history, you're about to step inside the world where power was carved into stone and belief shaped civilization itself. This is the story of Egypt's Old Kingdom. The Old Kingdom begins around 2686 BCE, when Egypt was already ancient by modern standards. For centuries, the Nile had provided life, order, and predictability. Each year, its floods renewed the soil, feeding crops and sustaining millions. To the Egyptians, this balance was not accidental. It was sacred. And at the center of that sacred balance stood the pharaoh. The pharaoh was not simply a king. He was the living bridge between gods and humans. Egyptians believed the pharaoh embodied Horus, the falcon god of the sky, while ruling on earth, and after death would unite with Osiris, god of the afterlife. His authority was absolute, unquestioned, and cosmic in scale. To obey the pharaoh was to obey the universe itself. This belief system allowed Egypt to become one of the most centralized and stable societies the ancient world had ever seen. Taxes flowed in grain, labor, and goods. Farmers worked the fields when the Nile receded and built monuments when the floods came. Priests performed rituals to maintain Mat, the divine order of the universe. And scribes recorded everything, ensuring control, memory, and continuity. The Old Kingdom's first great architectural revolution came under Pharaoh Djoser. Before him, kings were buried in simple mastabas flat-roofed tombs made of mud brick. But Djoser's vision, guided by his genius architect Imhotep, changed history forever. At Saqqara, Imhotep stacked mastabas one atop another, creating the world's first monumental stone building, the Step Pyramid. Rising over 200 feet, it wasn't just a tomb, it was a symbol. Stone replaced mud brick. Permanence replaced impermanence. The message was clear. The pharaoh's power would last forever. This innovation triggered an architectural arms race that defined the Old Kingdom. Pharaohs would now compete not through conquest, but through construction, building monuments that proclaimed divine authority across generations. That ambition reached its peak during the Fourth Dynasty, the golden age of pyramid building. It begins with Pharaoh Sneferu, a ruler obsessed with perfection. He built not one, not two, but 3 major pyramids each, an experiment in engineering. The Medium Pyramid collapsed. The bent pyramid changed angle halfway up, revealing hard lessons learned. Finally, Sneferu achieved success with the Red Pyramid, the first true smooth-sided pyramid in history. These failures were not disasters. They were stepping stones toward greatness. Sneferu's son, Khufu, would take everything learned and push it to unimaginable extremes. Around 2580 BCE, construction began on the Great Pyramid of Giza. Today, it is the only surviving wonder of the ancient world, and for nearly 4,000 years, it was the tallest man-made structure on Earth. More than 2 million stone blocks, each weighing several tons, were quarried, transported, and placed with astonishing precision. This was not the work of slaves chained under whips, as popular myth suggests. Archaeological evidence shows skilled laborers well-fed, housed, and organized, working in rotating crews. They believed they were serving a divine purpose. Building the pyramid was an act of faith. The pyramid was not simply a tomb. It was a resurrection machine. Its shape symbolized the primordial mound from which creation began. Its smooth limestone sides once gleamed white in the sun, visible for miles. Inside, narrow shafts aligned with the stars, guiding the pharaoh's soul toward eternity among the gods. Khufu ruled with immense authority, and later legends painted him as harsh and distant. But his monument outlived every accusation. It still stands, defiant against time. After Khufu came Khafre, who built the second pyramid at Giza. Though slightly smaller, it appears taller due to its elevated foundation. Khafre also commissioned one of history's most mysterious monuments, the Great Sphinx. Carved from a single massive outcrop of limestone, the Sphinx bears the body of a lion and the face of a pharaoh, likely Khafre himself. It guarded the necropolis, staring eternally east toward the rising sun. Even in antiquity, it inspired awe, fear, and reverence. The last great pyramid builder was Menkaure, whose pyramid was smaller but refined, signaling a shift. Resources were thinning. Royal power, while still absolute, was beginning to strain under its own weight. Yet the Old Kingdom was more than pyramids. It was a complex society where art, religion, and administration flourished. Relief carvings depicted idealized scenes of life harvests, hunting, feasts, ensuring these pleasures would continue in the afterlife. Statues followed strict artistic rules, emphasizing order and timelessness over realism. Religion permeated everything. Temples honored gods like Ra, the sun god, whose importance grew steadily during this era. Pharaohs began calling themselves Son of Ra, further strengthening divine kingship. Massive sun temples rose alongside pyramids, reinforcing cosmic authority. But maintaining such monumental ambition came at a cost. As centuries passed, the state grew strained. Provincial governors, known as nomarchs, gained local power and wealth. Royal authority slowly weakened as resources were spread thinner. Climate shifts may have reduced Nile floods, leading to famine and unrest. Pyramid construction declined. Tombs became smaller. Central control began to fracture. Around 2181 BCE, the Old Kingdom collapsed. It did not fall in fire or conquest, but in silence through decentralization, hunger, and loss of faith in divine kingship. Egypt entered the first intermediate period, a time of fragmentation and uncertainty. Yet the Old Kingdom was never forgotten. Its legacy endured in stone, belief, and memory. Later pharaohs would look back to this age as a golden era, attempting to revive its grandeur. The pyramids remained symbols of power, inspiring awe in Greeks, Romans, and eventually the modern world. Today, when we stand before the pyramids, we are not just looking at tombs. We are looking at an idea that humans, guided by belief, organization, and ambition, can shape eternity. The Old Kingdom proved that civilization could be ordered, centralized, and monumental. It showed how religion could unify millions. And it left behind structures so enduring that even time itself has struggled to erase them. 4.5 millennia later, the pharaohs are gone. Their gods have faded into myth. But their stone dreams still rise from the desert, whispering a message across the ages. Power may fade, kingdoms may fall, but what humans build in the name of eternity can last forever. If you enjoyed stepping into the world of the pharaohs and uncovering the secrets of Egypt's Old Kingdom, let us know by leaving a like. It helps this channel grow and keeps these stories alive. Share your thoughts in the comments. What part of the Pyramid Age fascinates you the most? And if you don't want to miss the next chapter in our journey through ancient history, subscribe and turn on notifications. The story of Egypt is far from over.